Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Tavern of Realms. It's been a couple of weeks since we've played. And if you remember, last time we were all together, a whole bunch of things had happened. So I'm going to kind of help Dawson catch up to where we are too, along with the rest of you. First and foremost, the Blight Boar was killed. That was the first boss that all of you encountered. It was a big moment, and you all just kicked the crap out of this thing. Afterwards, you had journeyed to the ruins of Highfell Castle and dove deep into the mysteries of this magical portal that kind of made you all face your worst fears. And while facing your fears, all of you had witnessed Nimriani, pull out this gem that she had been sort of teasing and hiding for 5 times now. Pulls this out and with it casts a shield that blocks all of your worst fears from continuing to kill you. You grab this Horn of Thaunus, which again Nim can cancel out magical effects once per day with her glove, so she has used it for this day. And she has put that into her satchel, thus saying that you do not have to go back to Thaunus until you choose when to do that. As you stepped out of this magical realm, you realize that 2 years had passed. And the guardian who had allowed you to go in, Tabitha, was dying because she was using all of her magical abilities to keep you four safe inside of this dark dimension. When she sees Nim and sees her putting away the gem, you hear her kind of whisper, "So that's what it was this whole time." As in the dark force that she was fighting had something to do with this power that Nim used. You had all buried Tabby, gave her a Viking funeral, sent her off on a longboat, Grim shooting a ball of fire, just arcing it, and sending her off as the hero that she is. You took some time to mourn with her goblin tribe, and then you left and decided to head back into town to the local tavern because you all needed a rest. You needed a long night's rest. You needed some time to kind of figure out what your next plan was. As you opened the door to the tavern, you saw the Bard of Bards himself, Cologne, standing in front of you, and Grim, you decked him on his ass. And that is where we begin tonight's session, with Grim landing this solid punch. Literally, Caloran is not expecting anybody to like come in. And as this door opens, Grim doesn't even think. Her fist shoots out before a thought enters her mind, and you just watch his face just kind of, ooh, and he just sinks into this punch, and he flies back a few feet. Like you hit him with your metal arm. Oh yeah. He flies back some feet, and he sort of skids, and kind of his head just kind of like right against the bar. You know, he just slides right into it. The few patrons who are in here, it's not a crowded night. They all kind of turn and look. But the person who notices right away is Dareth, this dwarf, the dwarf that you've all made friends with, the rapping dwarf from the Bard College of Rapping. And you just hear him go, he just like gasps and goes, oh! And he rushes out really quick and he goes, "Oh my gosh, Grim, Nim, Astrella, Yassin, oh, by all the rocks in the mines, you lived. I didn't think it." And then he looks back at Kalora and he goes, "Damn. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it, but it's been 2 years. We thought you had died, or at least given up. Did you do it? Did you find the horn?"
I don't know. Is he talking directly to me?
It's all four of you guys. You're all in a group. You just took the lead with that punch, but you're all gathered together at the doorway.
I'm just gonna go like this with my head and stare at him.
I remember Grim wasn't the talkative one. He looks at you, Nim, and he goes, "Did you find it? You did find it, right?"
She looks as if she's kind of like snapped out of something that she was kind of lost, zoned out in. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did it. Got it right in here, but I might have to show you tomorrow. It's whole magic thingy.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah.
He looks back at Caloran, who still hasn't moved, by the way. He's unconscious right now. He will be for a little bit. But he looks at the four of you and he goes, I can't claim to have known you all that well, but something happened. Like you're different. Did it really take you 2 years? Like, have you been fighting that long? You seem tired.
Actually, I'm very tired.
Yeah.
And good night's rest. Yes.
I mean, yeah, the same rooms are ready for you. Actually, nobody's taken them tonight. So if you want your rooms, they're there, no charge. We still owe you for that war, believe me.
That's very good. Thank you.
Are you gonna go now?
Nim just kind of barely looks around at the other people, and you see something on Nim's face that you don't normally see. Normally, she's very happy-go-lucky, kind of, yeah, whatever. Kind of just kind of tired and drained. So she's just going to, yeah, no, it would be nice.
Okay, it's ready for you. Well, the badge will be drawn up. You're good. Go ahead. It'll be ready in your room for you.
Cool.
Okay.
Walk by him and go upstairs.
Wow, that's I remember her being the happy one. That's
Yeah. Astrella's gonna push past them and go check on Nim.
Oh.
okay. So you two are heading up towards the room. We will get to what happens in the room in a second. Grim, I saw your hand up.
So he's just knocked out.
Oh, yeah. He's not dead.
He's not dead.
He'll get up in a second if you want to talk to him.
And I think I'll wait downstairs for him to wake up.
Sure.
He's gonna wait.
You can take a
Just
sneak
sitting
peek.
right over him. Face
Or
to
I can, well, let's do this. I kick him with my boot. Does he wake up? Do I have to roll?
No, I'll let you have it.
I'm just asking.
You can get it, but before we resolve that, Yassin, what would you like to do?
I was gonna say Yassin could like move Caloran like out of the entryway, like kind of just drag him over to the wall, and then just kind of nods at Grim.
Grim knocked him from the entryway, and he like flew back a few feet and then slid right into the bar. Like,
all right. Well,
It was a
then
mighty punch.
it was a mighty punch. I would say then, I guess I'm just gonna ask our small friend, like, please send up a cup of ale, and then I follow the other girls upstairs.
All righty then. And Dareth looks and he goes, "Oh, right away, absolutely. You'll
Dareth, yeah.
Yep, Dareth, thank you. You remember.
Small.
Yeah,
They don't like being called small.
Little people.
we'll be there for you. I'll also send up a not only our best ale, but some food for you. You know, a little bit of some meat and potatoes and all that jazz. We had a good cook tonight, so I'll send that up for you. Also for the ladies as well. And he moves his way over to the bar where Grim you are. You kind of tow Caloran a bit, and he kind of like snorts as and he starts to like get up. He sits to a sitting position and just rubs his neck. And then he looks up at you and just fear, just his eyes widen in fear. And he looks at you and he goes, what do you want?
I'm gonna get close to his face
Yep.
and grab his like shirt,
Yep.
and I'm gonna pull out the tailpiece I have,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna ask him where the fuck he got that.
He looks at the tailpiece and then he looks at you and he goes, "Oh, what are you talking about? That's just leather. I made it. I know I'm not a tiefling. And he shows you, because he's not wearing the horns anymore or anything like that. He looks like a dark elf now. And he goes, it's a costume piece. It's just a costume.
I'm going to interrupt him as I slam my hand against the bar right next to his face.
Yep.
Not on his face, next to his face. And I'm gonna be like, stop with the bullshit. Where'd you get it?
Roll intimidation.
Okay.
With advantage.
She's got pretty good intimidation.
I know, but just in case, I want your highest roll, because I mean he's already like an inch away from shooting himself.
Where'd it go?
I went underneath. I'm a redo. Intimidation?
Yep.
17.
Yeah, that'll do it. More than plenty. This guy is already like a puddle at your feet. And in fact, at his own feet now, a puddle starts to form. Literally, Thor is so scared right now and so taken off guard that he has wet himself. And he looks up at you and he goes, I'm so sorry. I look, they were already dead when I found them. And it was just, I saw an opportunity. I mean, tieflings are so amazing and mysterious and in touch with the dark demons, and I wanted to feel like this, and so I just took it and cured it, and I wore it. It was out of respect. I promise, it was out of respect. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
I'm just gonna bitch slap him and go upstairs. Yeah, just like Dawson did. And I'm gonna walk off. And I'm gonna tell him he's a pathetic piece of trash.
Before you head upstairs, Dareth comes up to you, and really all you can do is hear Kaloran crying underneath the bar. He's kind of whimpering under there. But he comes up to you and goes, Dareth goes, I understand why you did that. I totally do. But he's not the same guy you knew 2 years ago. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He deserves worse, but look, the whole deal with the Blight Boar, well, he came clean. Turns out that he was dying in the woods, and while I was out there with some others, we were doing some hunting for the bar, trying to get up our meat reserves, and we found him out there, near death. He admitted to everything, how he called in the creature, used it as a way to make himself seem powerful, how he kind of took advantage of the curse through music. But, well, after you defeated it and he'd lost his power on everything, well, the town was ready to hang him. And maybe they should have, but Sildar and myself, we thought there could be a different way. The bar's mine now, it's not his. And he works for me.
Justice.
Believe me, he's getting his just rewards. But if you ever want to use him as a punching bag, I won't tell the magistrate. And he just kind of nods at you, and then he reaches under the counter and pulls out a dusty bottle of ale, and he goes, "Been saving this for 2 years for you. Here you go." And he hands you this really nice, it's a dwarven ale. You can tell you're a connoisseur of the ales. You know this is a good dwarven vintage, probably something that he might have, had within his family or something like that. He just kind of looks at you and goes, "You have a good night."
Man, I'm glad we're not counting like carrying weight, because she has so much boost on her right now.
I'm just gonna pat him on the back and head upstairs.
Let's see, Dawson, you said my mic sounds far away to you. Is it like horrible?
No, it's just a little bit softer than the others.
Okay.
It's fine.
I could try changing it to. So this one, I'll sound closer because now it's coming from my laptop. Does that sound better?
Now that it's calibrated, what do you guys think?
Weird,
Melissa's making something.
weird
It's
Melissa.
kinda weird as shit. I'm sorry, speak some more.
Hey, how's it going? So this is me. A little closer. How does Jess sound too? Jess, yeah.
Yeah, how do I sound to you guys?
Okay,
Sounds like you're in a tunnel.
you can switch it back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
It's the
saying
better of the
she
two
sounds like
options.
she's in a tunnel.
Yeah.
Jessica's like, hello.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You're breaking up. I can't hear you. I'm going for a tunnel.
Alrighty. I can never whisper with these characters. That's okay. All right. So everyone has dispersed. Yassin has gone upstairs, and as Yassin goes into, he's gone.
He's literally gone upstairs.
Yassin went upstairs. I don't.
Get your blankie and let's go.
You heard Melissa? Get your blanket, let's go.
Oh, he's putting on a shirt. Okay.
As Yassin goes into his room, there is this waitress who is not far behind him, and she kind of hands him his bottle of ale and a plate of assorted meats and breads and potatoes and cheeses and things like that. And she goes, will there be anything else that you need this evening?
Shoot. I think at the if I recall correctly, Yassin got slashed a bunch, so he's probably not the most talkative person right now. So he's just gonna say, "No, it's good. Thank you very much," and then like flicks the cork out of the bottle.
So as you go into your room and you close the door and kind of the sounds of the bar fade away, you are just sort of healing yourself. You've been on your own and venturing long enough that you start to bandage certain wounds. You pull out some of your medicinal pouches and kind of rub them into some of the slashes. The cuts are deep, but nothing that a good night's sleep and a little bit of ale, some food, and your bandages that will heal everything. Nothing will last, no scarring. But what you start to do is just really sit with the memory of what just happened. The faces of everyone that you had killed are just burned into your mind. Now, what you do with that is whether it disturbs your sleep or not, but it's there and you can't get it out of your head. And you just get this sense of, I don't know, unfinished business, almost as if it dredged up in you that your quest still isn't done. And there's still more out there that perhaps you need to slay.
Slave.
Oh, no.
As we move over to Grim going into her room with her bottle of ale, you close the door, and again, the outside world fades. You start to sit at the edge of your bed, and as you drink, you get into this meditative trance almost between the booze and your own magical powers. And you start to magically stitch yourself. You've got these two holes in each shoulder where the spirit of death literally just dug its talons into you. And really nothing about your encounter is extremely disturbing, but as hard as you try, no matter how much you drink, the image of your father and his disappointment still sits with you. And you can't help but think that whether he was real or a figment of your imagination, he's still an ass. And that bothers you.
That actually is pretty accurate. I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Now, Astrella, you follow Nim into her room. What do you do?
Estrella's just gonna very awkwardly, very, very awkwardly. Hey, buddy. You want to talk? She's not good at this.
Hey, buddy.
Buddy.
I was trying to be solemn and hey, buddy.
Sounds more like a Nim line.
It's a
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
You
Sport.
turn around almost like she didn't really notice that you followed her in and go, oh, hi, yeah, no, I'm really tired, you know, like, that's a lot. I don't know about you guys, but like, it took a lot out of me. Not very good with death and
Yeah.
such things.
Death things?
Uh-huh.
Death and things.
Okay.
Like dead things? Is that what you're trying to say?
Nah, if they're already dead, they're fine. I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna call you, what's his face? Chopper off of Tails guy. I forget his name already.
Anyway, I'm gonna pull out crumbs and kind of put him on the bedside table so he can chew on whatever food or whatever's there.
Yeah, there's a small tray that was kind of brought ahead of you. And there's some bits of bread and cheese and meats and stuff, just similar to what Yassin got. There's also a bath that's at the edge of your bed, if you will. There's just a big tub there. It has hot water and a bucket next to it. You can see the steam rising. Crumbs just kind of sniffs around, sniffs at the meat, sniffs at the cheese, and then just kind of gets this little small piece of baguette and just kind of breaks it off in his teeth. And he just kind of sits back on his haunches, and you can see his belly, Astrella, and you can tell that this rat has been very well loved. He's got a pot belly, and he's just kind of he's just enjoying
Never
it.
missed a meal.
Oh, that's my spirit.
Nim has to miss a meal with that rat.
Roll give me a wisdom saving throw for me.
Yay.
We love those.
Oh. Wow.
What'd you get?
I'm done. Goodbye, guys.
Oh, you got a 1. Awesome. You only had to beat a 9. That was my counter roll. So I thought.
Damn.
So sorry.
No, I'm not using you at all tonight. Goodbye.
Just
So the which hand did you grab your gem with? Was it the right or the left?
The right one.
The right hand. So right now your right hand it starts to burn and it aches as the adrenaline has worn down and kind of the adrenaline of seeing Kirin get punched and all of that. You're starting to feel everything, and what you feel is part an emotional weight, but also part this searing of your flesh feeling. And as you look at your hand, there's a pretty thick vein that jaggedly makes its way up and stops around just above your wrist, kind of the start of the forearm. And as you look at it and really study it, you can see that both in color, in texture, it reminds you of the gem that you just put into your satchel. It looks and it feels like that. And as you flex your wrist, you almost feel something kind of rub or crunch a bit at that point with the vein, as if perhaps turning into the crystal, if it were.
Stella's still in the room?
Yeah.
Do I see this? Do I see this happen?
Yeah.
give a
You
crunch.
would see it.
Is there something like a glass bottle or something that would probably be colder than my hand that I can just like?
Oh yeah, the bottle of ale that's left there for you would be nice and chilled.
I'm just gonna randomly like, and put my hand on it and be like, oh, that was interesting. I'm really
That was
tired.
weird.
I probably need like a bath or something like that. It's fine.
Yeah.
Perception. I want you to roll perception against your deception. So
Okay.
Perception against Estrella's
So I have
perception.
to roll too.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Because whenever I get crunchy veins, a nice bath feels better.
Everyone looks at me.
Oh, damn. 13.
18.
okay.
Roll.
18.
Damn
So,
it.
so with that, you saw something, Estrella, out of the corner of your eye, but Nim turned her hand fast enough and kind of put the bottle against it that you didn't have time to study it. It could be just a battle wound. You're not exactly sure what it is. You know there's something wrong. You just don't know what exactly.
Okay. I'll Nim's kind of over it, but I'll be like, do you need some help? Do you want me to do some cleric shit? Do you need anything healed before you take a bath? Like, let me help. We're friends now. We know each other's like deep dark secrets.
Yeah, no, you guys got most of the damage. I don't. I'm fine. I'm just really tired. I guess it's more of an energy based thing.
I want an insight checker.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull a Melissa.
I've taught you well.
Insight checks everyone.
I went
Oh.
insight checking like crazy last time. I was like, you fucking liar.
Everyone's a liar.
Yes.
That was an 11, so
Okay. Again,
we're starting off mediocre tonight.
you know she's being evasive.
Room to grow.
But you can't, there's nothing that you can tell or sense specifically. You just know that she's being evasive, and it could be because she's shy or she's actually being tired. You don't really have much with you, and it could be because you're still reeling from your own battle with this dark magic that you had faced, seeing yourself as a zombie, seeing your family, your friends, your village all hunting you in this cave.
Oh, that's right.
You're
Forgot
still
about that.
okay from that, and it's painting the way you see the world a bit. And so you're having a hard time reading Nim because you're still trying to control your own anxiety.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna awkwardly back out of the room and be like, if you ever want to talk,
Moonwalk out. Moonwalk.
I'll catch you in the morning.
Like Homer Simpson into the
I don't walk backwards. I fade out the door.
Right through the door.
I am the shadows.
The moment Astrella leaves and I close the door, like I'm just going to go to my my bedside. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start unraveling the wraps I have on my arm.
Yep.
And rewrapping them to be almost like those finger hand
Boxing
wraps.
gloves kind of deal. Like boxers do.
Yeah. It covers the entire thing that's on my hand, but as I'm doing it, it just kind of gets slower and slower until Nim literally just starts bawling.
Oh
And then she just like curls up in a ball and cries.
A bawling.
For a bit.
Aw.
She's not okay.
Oh.
As you do this, and you get everything covered up, Crumbs kind of comes up and he snuggles up under your chin and sort of turns around once, and then he puts his kind of scooches his butt up underneath you and just kind of lays his head down on your arm, right where you've wrapped it, and just kind of lays there. He falls asleep pretty quickly. Eventually you get to sleep as well, but in your dreams you can hear a whisper, and the whisper is telling you to let go, and you can almost sense the gem and your hand pulsating together. Let go, let go. And that kind of
Don't trust that.
you to sleep.
Mm-mm.
Astrella, you head back to your room and you kind of take some time to cleanse yourself, to reconnect with your deity in prayer. And as you do so, your wounds start to heal and you start to feel better. There's food and drink left for you as well. But seeing yourself fully undead, it haunts you. And it takes you the longest out of everybody to fall asleep. And by the time you do, well, your dreams are filled with the cries of your village, the look of their dead bodies, and yourself walking closer and closer towards you. You all wake the next morning. I can't say anybody slept well, but everybody did sleep and you got a full rest. And so any damage that you've taken, any damage taken, anything, you have a long rest. And so you are good, safe in the tavern. No meteors fell from the sky.
I'm glad my health's back.
You get so close to dying, it's funny.
I always get so close to dying.
Tim is gonna wake up early as usual.
Yep.
Like 5 o'clock in the morning early.
Well, as a full
Disgusting.
elf, all you need to do is rest for 4 hours, and you've got a long rest, so you're good. And half elves can do the same thing, by the way.
Oh,
Oh, this half elf is sleeping.
what do tieflings get?
Regular humans.
Regular humans sleep 8 hours.
Okay. I don't know.
So elves don't
I-
really sleep, they meditate, and they can, for 4 hours is all they need to get a long rest, which for every other species in the book, that's a short rest.
That's what I was thinking. I was like 4 hours.
For no, they're special.
I mean, I usually get that before work, but that's not normal.
So Nim, you're up before everybody else is downstairs. Actually, you watch as Dareth kind of shuffles in at around like 5:30, 5:45, and you see, oh shit! Oh, I didn't realize anybody else was up. And he looks outside and goes, "There's no sun."
Oh yeah, I like to get up before the sun. She pats him on the head. I'll be outside.
Huh, elves. Breakfast will be ready in about 30 minutes.
Good enough for a morning workout. Fine.
Okay, whatever. And he just like moves him like rush over
Months, y'all.
to
Months.
the like pot of coffee, and he just sort of like dunks his head towards it, and he just and he just starts to like down it. And you walk outside. So what do you do outside? What is your early morning routine?
Do a lot of stretching at first, breathing. He's like, nice fresh air. And I find a tree
Mhm.
and I climb the tree.
Yep.
And I want to hang from one of the branches, like upside down from my knees.
Okay.
Just start doing like some sit-ups.
There is a tree. It's between the tavern and Seth's wagon house that he has. And you actually, when you get up there, you see he's up pretty early too. He's actually getting some food ready for Tina. Remember Tina, the bufo that you all rescued.
Baby Gina.
No, baby Tina.
This giant ox. And he's got some food and stuff. And he's like,
Looks like he needs help.
you can tell that he's got the routine. Like he's got it. You can help if you want, but he's sitting there chopping things up and getting her this kind of trough of food, if you will. And then he mountain of food. He hears this creaking sound as you're kind of like sitting here doing your effortless sit-ups on this tree early in the morning. He goes, "Oh,
Keep ripped.
good morning. Hi.
I'm most of the hi. Go back up.
I take it you were successful in your quest."
Oh yeah, pretty much. Every time she comes down, she says something. And then she goes back up. Oh yeah, pretty much. Then she goes back up.
And did you ever figure out what the rocks, what was on them? Was that just like gibberish, or was it something good? And he kind of like gets closer to you, and he hops up onto a branch that's like adjacent yours, and he just kind of sits, and he's like licking and like cleaning himself, like kind of
I love him so much.
little early morning bath.
So is he up like next to my legs, or?
No, if you're on one branch, he's on the branch on the other side of the tree.
I see. So I can still like look at him upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, there was something about that. Hold on, let me see. She's going to take out her.
Melissa's got you, just in case.
I got it.
Oh,
I got
I was like, I know I wrote that down somewhere.
I do have it somewhere in here.
Say the lullaby of the night.
The lullaby and the
Oh yeah,
mother.
lullaby of something such. I can get my notebook out if you want it.
Oh, a lullaby. Huh.
Of a night, father, mother,
Mother.
I don't know.
Mother sounds right.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Yes. I've heard something about a night mother before. Interesting. Huh. And he kind of like hops down off the tree.
You just can't. All right. I flipped down off of the tree and you just can't leave me with that. You got a whole story there, don't you?
I don't got a whole story. I got some.
I've known you for like what, 2 years now?
And you see him like looking up at you, and, like he
10,
gets his
12?
whiskers kind of curl up, like, I don't know if that counts.
Like,
We've met him like 3 times. Over 12 years.
Over 12 years.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's-
We go way back.
Tight.
Fine, we go way back. You can tell me.
Look,
Anyway.
fine. I always owe you 15. I can never not owe you 15. I'll tell you what I know. It's not much. I've just heard stories, travelers and stuff coming in and out of town. A couple of them mentioned lullabies that they talk about. One of them did talk about a lullaby to the Night Mother. Old, like dawn of time, kind of a fairy tale sort of thing, talking about how all the earth was, shrouded in darkness at one point. And the interesting thing is that it wasn't like void. Most people thinking that there was like nothing, and then then the goddesses breathe light into the world, right? No. This lullaby talks about creatures that live in the dark. Nuts, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally. She's gonna sit down right next to Tina's head and just kind of. I guess Tina's eating.
roll animal hair.
Okay. Tina,
She's gonna
love,
kick you. She's gonna kick you.
it's been like 2 years. It's
4 plus 6, 7. She kind of sniffs you, and she sort of like nudges you like I'm eating, but doesn't do much else. Your body kind of like rocks, as this giant head moves into you. But all in all, she's extremely tame and isn't too bothered. Seth just kind of looks at you and goes, yeah, that's what I've heard. It's I thought it was interesting. Felt more like something you tell your kids at night to make them behave. If they got out of bed, the boogeyman would come get you, something like that. I don't know.
But you got
you die.
Is that what you tell Tina before bed?
Oh no, dear.
I was gonna say this poor girl. Like,
He gets close and goes, come here. Of course, he's like half your size, and he goes,
well, I'm already sitting, so like.
oh, you're there. You're good. He looks and he goes, sweetie, I know there are things in the dark. I'm not gonna tell her that. I'm scared shitless from it. I think I got so many lights on at night. But things are better since the boar's gone. The better.
Only better.
You know how certain species are more attuned to things than others? I mean, you elves, you guys are more into the magics and the things like that. Yeah, well, despite your ears, mine hear better.
Okay.
Now, well, the things I hear that no mortal creature can.
Ooh.
Things that I don't think are in this dimension. I can't find them. I can't smell them. It's weird. I'm not saying the lullaby is true. I'm just saying I know there's more going on here than we think.
I'm not okay with that, but it's okay.
Do what you will. I'm not open yet, okay? So don't look for things. I'm gonna go in. I gotta eat myself, okay?
It's okay. I gotta go get my workout in now.
Yeah.
It was only the first set.
Nuts, you weirdos. And again, you just watch him climb, hop, roll, climb, and then go in the top window of his place. And he closes the door. So you continue your workout and getting everything in. What else do you do with your workout?
All kinds of stupid books.
All kinds of stupid monk shit. People at this time,
Monk stuff, pop.
at around 6:30. So you're out there for like what, 30 minutes, an hour? What's your workout time? 45?
45.
45.
Cut it in half. 45.
45. So about 45 minutes, you're out there doing different things, forms and stances and holds and stretches. And you watch the town wake up. And you see a lot of them kind of looking at you like, oh, yeah, go ahead. And they're giving you thumbs up. And others are just kind of, they want to give you the finger, but they're not. Because they just know that like, it's like, how dare you? But some of them are starting to make their way towards the tavern. They want to get, their morning breakfast before heading into work. And so around, 6:45, the world is fully awake. The rest of you are up. This is going to be a normal time for you all to wake up, kind of crack of dawn as light enters your rooms.
By this time, I'm already back inside.
Okay.
That's like almost 2 hours since I woke up. So
Yeah, give or take.
So I'm actually going to go to like the end of the bar so I don't disturb people. I'm going to sit on top of the bar,
Okay.
cross-legged. I'm just gonna eat breakfast with crumbs.
And you see Dareth is like way more awake now after getting some caffeine into his system. He is the life of the party, and he's like, "Good morning!" As everybody comes in, "Good morning, great to meet you." Hey, eggs are easy, right? I remember that. Yeah, and he's just living the dream. And you got your plate of breakfast and everything. Caloran's nowhere to be seen just yet, but he probably sleeps in. The rest of you, are you heading downstairs?
Yeah. Astrella's coming downstairs looking like a zombie. Gonna sit, gonna drink coffee, gonna try to peek and glance at Nim's arm, but without being like super obvious about it.
I'm gonna do the same and sit by Astrella and be like, "What are you doing?"
Are you guys anywhere near me?
We gotta be close-ish.
We gotta be close. We're a few seats away.
We're all friends.
We're
here.
a few seats away, and so I'm just like, shh, shh. I'll explain to you. Shh. Good morning.
Nim's back to her cheerful.
Yeah, normal.
She is fine now. She's got food shoved into her face, halfway in her face. Crumbs is literally in the middle of the plate. It's fine. It's all good.
What are you doing, Yassin?
I was thinking Yassin came in and like sat down right next to Nim and looks over at you and Strella and is like, "What are y'all doing?
Why are you being weird?
Why are you?"
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna lean over and ruffle Yassin's hair. And be like, "Oh, hey, I'm a funny guy, huh? No, oh, it's okay. Do you need some food? We can get you some food."
Astrella will move closer. Grim, are you coming with me? And Estrella's gonna give Crumbs a little belly rub.
Oh.
And Crumbs is in a great mood, so you scritch that belly, and he's just all like, "Sweet, sweet, sweet."
Oh hell yeah.
Inspiration.
As Astrella and Grim, as the two of you come closer, I want you to both roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Did my
Okay. 19.
Damn. Grim, can you beat a 19?
doubt it.
What a face.
What you getting?
7.
Oh, mighty 7.
Okay, at least it didn't start off with a 1 like me.
So Grim, maybe you had a little too much to drink the night before, so your magic senses they're still waking up. You need the caffeine. You haven't had your caffeine yet, but Dareth comes by with a coffee that you just kind of grab from him. You got your coffee. Astrella, your senses are heightened. They're on point. And your cleric knowledge, you can tell that something is wrong with Nim. Specifically, you almost sense a curse or something such coming from her. She's giving you that vibe of death, something similar that you feel in yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A big yikes.
That
Ooh.
took me way too long to catch on.
I don't know what to do with that. Bestie,
Found it.
Estrella doesn't want to do anything in a group of people, so she's gonna sit on that for a second. Maybe try to corner Nim later. Maybe try to talk to her deity about it. She's just kind of mind racing.
Okay.
Something's going on. She's still trying to peek at the arm.
So I got
It's all wrapped up, so I don't know what to do.
from my Arcana check. I got coffee.
You got coffee. That was your magic.
I can sense it's close.
At this point, Nim, your scar, if you will, we're going to call it your scar for right now, your gem scar, is starting to burn.
That's a fun side effect.
I'm not sure if it's because of Astrella's nosing with her magical powers, or if it's early morning stretching.
It's me across the board.
And you're starting to feel compelled to touch the stone.
Oh no.
How bad does it hurt?
It's nothing that you
It's just
couldn't
like a
endure.
light burn.
It's a
Okay.
light burn, nothing you couldn't endure. But
She's trying not to think about yesterday, so she's gonna ignore it for a second.
okay.
She's gonna see what happens because
So Dareth comes by. Everybody's got some coffee, some food, and everything. The bard, not the bard, Clover, but a different bard, a lady. She kind of comes in, sits down, starts to play some background music for everybody, and kind of get things going. And Dareth comes up and goes, "So, what's the plan for the day? I mean, you've discovered the ancient relic. You've killed the blight boar, and come on, I want to know. Bards need to know these things to write their stories. What you up to?"
okay, well, since Nim's back to herself, she's going to start talking because that's what she does. So, like, we totally went into this creepy portal.
Right. He pulls out this like parchment and this quill and goes, "Creepy portal. Got it."
Yeah, very dark, very creepy. We're all holding hands though, so we're fine. Like Grim doesn't like holding hands, but we did it anyway.
Grim doesn't like to hold no hands, but in creepy portal we were holding hands. Now I got to work on that. Okay, keep going.
You get it. Alright,
I
so,
got
like,
it.
Gosh.
go in there, right? And then this goblin. Like, he's a really cool goblin at first, but like he was kind of weird in there.
Yep,
Weird
yep,
goblin.
weird
He
goblin.
had these
in there.
really cool like tinted glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen those before. Those are great. Yeah.
They
yeah.
were so
Okay, well,
and I
they're
wanted to
talking.
try
I'm
them on,
going
so
to get
like I wanted
something
to try
stronger than coffee.
You want to?
need stronger coffee.
I'm gonna make my coffee Irish.
Okay.
Nice.
So you like reach behind the bar, just kind of grab something. Dareth watches you, he side eyes you, and when you catch his eye, he kind of winks and just nods. And your hand just kind of grabs something cold. You bring it around. It's an ale of some kind. You don't care. You just sort of into the coffee it goes. As the two of you keep on talking, I want you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
This is my life now.
Uh-oh.
14.
I rolled a 17. And so I want you to go ahead and take 2 points of damage.
Oh, dang.
No.
The burning in your hand, as you've been talking to Dareth and kind of relaying things, you've been getting faster and a little bit more frantic with your talk because it's starting to hurt. And now it's taken life from you. It's burned and you want to touch the stone. And if you don't touch it soon, you're not sure what's going to happen.
Okay, I'm going to shove my hand into my satchel where the gem is and just. No, I'm just gonna grab it, but I'm trying to like still like.
As you put your
Did
hand
Astrella notice anything?
Yeah, am I picking up on this?
Does
the two of
Dawson
you
notice it?
watch.
I'm sitting
All
right
three of
next
you
to her.
notice this. You know Nim well enough that as she's talking and Grim is like, "Oh yeah, that's Nim. I need something to drink. It's too early for this shit." And then you start to all listen to her and you can hear the strain in her voice. You can hear the franticness. And you're watching her hand as she's sort of balling it up and then just shoves it into her satchel. And it's almost like putting her hand in like cold water. You watch her just, and just relax from doing that.
To kind of like.
Dang, I was going to see if like Yassin like.
I'm sorry. She noticed that she did that, and like everybody's just kind of like staring at her, and she's gonna be like. But and then she's gonna act like she's searching through her satchel.
Do you let go of the stone while
Oh,
you're searching? Okay.
No, I'm just acting like I'm looking for something. I thought I had something in here that we like. I guess I didn't keep the glasses, but they were really cool glasses.
I'm sensing Estrella wants to do something.
I want to insight check her again.
You won't determine anything better than you did before.
Damn it.
You know that there's a curse on her.
Yeah.
Question is, what do you want to do about it?
What do you want to do about it?
I
Like how she looks at you. She's like, what do I want to do?
want to reach. Am I close enough to just kind of like put my hand on her leg. So she's sitting up on the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to put my hand on her knee and cast a spell magic and see what happens.
Interesting.
I'm
What does
getting
that
some
do?
sketchy vibes. I don't know.
Anybody else,
You don't know.
anybody else want to get in on this? Anybody like Grim? Is there something that you want to do? Yassin, anything that you want to do?
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Spell. It can be reaching out to just kind of comfort her, or kind of reach out and go, "Hey, what's going on?"
Well, since I have a question in that, seeing as I was, I think, the closest one to Nim as this was happening, one, or not one, but like, does Yassin notice?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay, we all notice.
it's
All right.
impossible to hide at this point.
Can I?
Yeah, can I like
like-
grab her bag or like try to reach for it?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh.
And Grim, what do you want to do?
Kind of the same idea as what I was thinking with my middle hand. I was gonna try to grab
Ooh, that's a good point.
the
Middle hand.
stone, but I wanted to also. Do I like get bad vibes from it? What do I do?
Well,
Like, what
here's
am
what
I
happens.
feeling?
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you what
Everybody
vibes y'all
reaching
are
for
gonna
me.
get.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the stone if I can.
Okay, so
Well, it's in my.
both Yassin and Grim reach towards Nim to go for this stone, and
Yeah.
Estrella, all of you hit each other at the same time. No, Estrella, you reach out and put your hand on Nim's knee and cast Dispel Magic. And as your aura hits her, it spreads out until both Yassin, Grim, and Nim are all engulfed in your magical ability. At the same time, once the stone senses that the four of you are in contact,
Shit. Oh shit.
This is gonna be grand.
Oh no.
the four of you immediately go into a trance-like state.
Oh no.
As far as
You
everybody
planned
else is
Bruh, do you
concerned,
know we were gonna touch it at the same time?
We have no self-control.
I
as far as
know.
everybody else is concerned, the world almost
Like
slows
sea captain.
down before you just kind of lock in this pose, and your heads lull back, your eyes roll white, and you are
Why?
transported mentally. You're all
Oh.
mentally transported to a place that you have seen before, very familiar, as the world begins to swirl in colors of purple and orange and blues, stars pinpricking the night sky. You all are witness to the Tavern of Realms. You are outside of it. But as you look down and look around you, you have no corporeal form. There's no body. You did not actually leave. Instead, you are bearing witness to a battle.
Ooh.
I would like Dawson to have Kirin ready to go, and for Jess to get Mud ready to go.
You gonna play two characters then?
Oh snap. Oh snap. What's
I'm just
happening?
glad Dawson finally made it into the story.
heard
He's been on
Dawson.
mute for the whole time. I'm like,
Dawson's just watching our insanity.
I'm just
that's
watching
all.
your facial
I'm just-
expression.
I'm taking notes on everything, by the way, guys.
Oh, that's
I know all of you. I know all of you now.
I get myself into.
I know.
So what you're
There's-
saying?
There's four
Like-
people,
like
there's
that
one
nervous-
brain cell.
This
I
time
feel
I
like
would like
this-
Dawson to come to the
One
Okay.
brain cell.
We
You
share
guys are all
custody.
just one symbiotic brain cell.
It bounces from person to person. We don't all get it at the same time.
No. Patricia stepped into the light.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to work the lights at the same time y'all are prepping. Let me know
No,
when
it's
you're
okay. It's
Wait, what are we prepping?
just the
Oh,
two
no.
of them.
just,
Okay, I'm good.
but for real, Dawson's just like, yeah.
That's right. You have to turn
You
on
haven't
the
seen
light.
what you're getting yourself into, Dawson. I'm so sorry.
I'm excited.
All right.
Ooh, I like
Move aside, Nim's
he
dead.
does the same stuff I do.
All right. So
Which one are these? Okay.
here's what the four of you witness. In the background is the tavern. And you see it rising up. It's 2-3 stories, a little bit poking out, looking something like Howl's Moving Castle. You see it. It looks weird and, kind of quirky. But it's not the tavern that draws your attention. It's what lies in front of it. A night walker, a creature of legend. It stands 30 feet tall, easily just as big as the Tavern of Realms itself. From its head emerges two large horns that curl back on itself. Its face is a void. There is no mouth, nose, eyes. It simply is a visage of space. The creature's body almost blends in with the space and the nebula behind it. Long claws, giant hooves. This thing means business. In front of it are dozens of dead bodies. And amidst those bodies, there is a group of fighters. In these fighters, you recognize some of them already. You can see Mud, a giant 7-foot-tall Goliath, and she is at the front of the battle, wielding this hammer, swinging it back and forth, trying to do everything to knock this Titan down to its knees. Behind her are 4 or 5 mages. One of them you recognize as the mage from the cave with rainbow-colored hair and long robes. You remember her name is Harmony. And she stands with the others, casting magic to heal, trying to bolster her allies. You also see yourselves. Grim is there, her metal arm now encompassing half of her body. And with it, she wields tremendous ancient magic. You see the spear form in her hand as she rises from the ground and tosses it towards the head of this night walker. You see Yassin diving through water that he manifests on his own, appearing like a whale, just slashing and diving back in through the forces. Astrella is there, completely in tune with her deity, a golden aura around her as purple light spreads from her fingers, touching each of her allies, attempting to keep them alive. And you see Kirin, 2 swords blazing, as he rushes alongside Mud, desperately trying to kill this creature. Kirin, will start with you. Roll your attacks.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to attack with my long swords. I'll have 2 attacks. First one does not hit. It's a 6. Second one does hit. That's a 19.
Nice.
I hope. I mean, I don't know what this thing's AC is, so.
No, you're good with that. The 19 will hit, the 6 does not. As your first strike slashes across this thing's knee, and it starts to ooze almost a smoke-like blood into the air. Your second strike misses as it wields back its foot and just goes to kick you as a reaction. And it rolls an 18. Does that break your AC?
Yes.
With that,
Quick clarification. How much health do I have at this point?
oh, don't worry about it. You won't die.
Okay.
You're good.
This is one of those cutscenes where you don't die.
She was like, "You're
Exactly.
fresh. You're good."
As this creature goes to kick, you bring your swords up to block and take the brunt of it against your sword, but you are knocked back. Mud, he flies right by you. You're on deck. What do you do?
Seeing as he just went by, I'm going to flip my hammer around to the pointed end and be like, all right, son of a bitch, we're going to do this, all right? And
Say what?
she's going to,
You have to speak.
that
up
was
for
not her accent, by the
You
way.
got the Russian. You got
The
the strong.
Russian, no. All right, you son of a bitch, let's do this. Let's dance. And
That's hot.
thank you.
Nice.
And she's going to bring her hammer up above her head and try to just stab it into the knee to whatever she can get to.
Yeah, you're about knee height on this creature.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll to break his AC.
Oh. That's a What's my plus? Oh, 7. Okay, 7, 10.
That does not break his AC. And so as you go to attack this creature's knee again, another foot comes at you and catches you mid-chest. And you just slide across the ground. You keep your stance, but you are right next to Kirin, dropping to one knee. Now, Mud, for you, years have passed before you have seen Kirin. The last you saw him was on the moon of Nar Shaddaa, where he disappeared. You have not seen him since, and almost a decade has gone by. And in this fight, he is now at your side, giving it all he's got, but you can see the look of confusion on his face as what the hell's going on.
You've missed some time, have you not?
Kirin gets up. I'm glad that I figured out which side I was on. What happened?
Oh, too much has happened to explain right now. Because I think he's gonna come at us again before I can.
Yeah, I'm slowly like backing away a little bit.
As you all start to move, the ground rumbles, and a new creature kind of rises up from the tavern, literally from the top of the tavern. You see this figure as she rises into the air and moves to come down in front of the Nightwalker. She stands about Mud's height, 7 feet tall or so.
Oh, great.
Her arms are long, twice their normal length. Her fingers shaped into claws. Her legs longer than they should be. At one time, she might have been a normal person, but she has changed. Her skin reflects the colors of the Nightwalker. And at first, you all think that maybe this is the Nightwalker's thrall. They do that. They take others into their service. But as you watch her, as she raises her hand, the Nightwalker steps back and bows to her. It is her thrall.
Ooh.
As she lowers her hand, she rises a few feet off the ground and looks at Mud and smiles and nods her way.
Wow, Mud is my soulmate.
Everyone but Kirin knows this creature. And all of you gather back together and form a tight circle. Kirin, since you have backed up, you are at the rear of this. You have never seen this person before, but you see your friends, Harmony, you see the horse, the centaur, Ikala, thank you. You see Ikala, you see Grim, and you see Astrella and Yassin, though you don't know their names. And of course, you see Mud. And this creature starts to move its arms in the air. And as she does, the stars themselves move. She controls this realm. And as it spins faster and faster, a spark appears in her hand that she starts to coalesce all of this energy. She's getting ready to throw something huge.
So Kirin stands up and the 23 stones that he's got in his pocket slowly pull out of his pouch and start to like circle around him. And he starts to build a arcane shield from those stones in preparation for something big, because he's just like, I don't know what's going on. This is the best I can do to save myself. He looks for a second at his friends and he tries to put the shield in front of them.
And
So he conjures it and then he shoots it in front of them.
So all of these stones swirl faster and spread around the party, and this shield starts to crackle as this creature's energy comes down on it. And the world shakes, and the energy of the cosmos itself slams against your arcane shield. You watch as Ikala steps forward and shoves her spear forward, and from it, a second shield appears as she tries to increase the strength of yours. But she looks back at the others and she screams, "It won't hold!"
Mud's gonna run up and literally just try to hold her hammer up against the energy that's coming down.
You can feel this buffeting against you, trying to shrink and crush this shield. And with all of your strength, you hold against it for just a little bit longer because you're there with them. Harmony, Astrella, and Grim turn to look at each other, and the three of you don't even say a word. You just turn behind Kirin and point. From your hands, amidst this soft blue light, it travels like a wisp past Kirin's body until behind him, a portal slowly starts to open. Grim, you look at Kirin and you tell him, "We failed. Don't fuck it up." And then you rise into the air above the shield. You bring out your sight and you rush this creature head on. Behind you, Kirin, is a portal. You don't know where it goes, but you get the sense from everybody that they're holding it open for you. As Grim rushes this creature, the two of them lock in battle, and you watch the two trade amazing arcane energies that ripple off their attacks. But you see the scythe being ripped from Grim's hand and sliced into her body. And you watch her peel and fall into two pieces and then disintegrate as she does.
I mean, if I gotta die, that's
At least it was cool, man.
that's fucking beautiful.
Mud's going to is Kirin still like within reach of Mud?
Yeah.
Okay. She's going to try to hold the hammer up with one hand. And she's going to kind of like turn over her shoulder to Kirin and go, "You can do this. If anyone can, you can. You must go."
Kirin uses the last of his, arcane energy to surround the team. With all of his magic leaving his body, the restored portion of his shoulder and arm of stone kind of crumbles away. The open roots of healed over arteries revealed, and he steps back, losing all of his energy and power, trying to keep that there, but he backs up through the portal.
As you back up, Kirin, you can see your stones start to crush inward. But the stone that you hold most dear to you, the one that you call your soul stone, you watch it depart from you. It leaves and makes its way to this creature that just killed Grim. It lodges itself into her forehead, and with it, you see this pulse of energy ripple through her. She raises her hand and squeezes her fingers. And as you pass through the portal, everyone inside of your own arcane shield is crushed and killed.
Oh, no.
You fall back through time and space. You see images swirling around you that both make sense and don't make sense. You see your adventures with your old party, the things you have discovered, and the things that were left undone. And you feel yourself falling backwards until you crash into the table in the tavern literally at the feet of these 4 people. And as you look at them, you see Grim, and you see Astrella, and you see Yassin. You recognize them from the battle, though they seem younger, not as strong. And as your vision kind of blurs, you notice that there's one person you didn't see there, which was Nim. You didn't see her anywhere in the battle. She is not recognizable to you. And as you mourn for Mud and Ikala and Harmony, you feel yourself slipping into death. I would like you to go ahead and make your first death saving throw for me, please.
That's a 1.
Oh!
No.
All right, so let me set it up for you. Let me set it up. Kirin's dying.
Oh my god.
Kirin literally just
This is actually Kirin. I was
Vomits
kidding
blood.
about who it was before.
his
So all of you saw this. Every one of you, Nim, Grim, Astrella, Yassin, you all watched this battle. You watched this mysterious creature kill Grim. And you know that you all died in the aftermath. You saw yourselves, so you can't explain why or what. And when the vision ended, this Earth Genasi crashed in a table, literally the table that Yassin was sitting at right next to Nim, and he is bleeding out. And he is unconscious and in his death saving throws.
All right, Estrella's gonna reach down and cast Spare the Dying.
All right. Work it.
This lifeless corpse on the floor.
All right. What is Spare the Dying? Read me Spare the Dying. Tell me what you do. Tell me how you cast.
You touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. The spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. How do you cast it? What's your thing?
That's exactly how that
Like a
goes.
bird?
It goes, oh god, oh god, oh my god, oh my god.
As
Oh, I
your
hope this
hand-
works. That's exactly how that goes.
Can I lay like my hand on her, help her any? I don't know if that's a thing.
Not unless you actually have healing magic, which Grim, unfortunately, you do not.
I have the opposite.
Shocking.
Your magic's all deadly. So Astrella, as you kind of CPR his body, just like,
Here.
all of this energy leaves your skin and travels into his. And you do succeed in keeping Kirin from dying. Kirin is now, for all intents and purposes, he's at 1 HP. He's not dead, but he
Could be
is-
worse.
He is hurting, and in this state, Kirin is a little bit delirious. And between missing his arm now, which is still kind of bleeding out a little bit, and everything that's going on, Kirin's in a world of hurt. He's in a lot of pain, but he's not dead. He's not dead.
Nice.
Well, since he pretty much landed like right in front of them, she's gonna be like, oh my gosh. Leo, are you okay now? He's not waking up.
He's delirious, but he's able to talk if you wish to say anything.
I'll go
Kirin.
ahead. Crumbs.
Kirin would possibly recognize the faces if he wasn't completely adjusting to all of the elemental energy leaving his body, because he has not been separated from his soul stone ever. And this is basically him trying to find what life force exists within him without a heart, essentially, his magic heart. He just kind of stares like he's about to throw up and just rolls over. Oh, where am I? Ugh, he gets up a little bit. Ugh.
In a tavern, did Vandalin or Faerune? Yeah.
Phandalin, yeah.
In the greater area of Faerune.
The Tri-County area.
You just went through a bit of a thing. Are you okay?
Since Kirin can only see like 2 feet in front of his face, he doesn't recognize, I guess, the party. He just sees Nim.
Yeah, no, she's like leaning over you. A little too close for comfort.
Who are you?
I'm Nim. Hi. That's Grim, and that's Astrella. That's Dawson.
You hear the sound of little pitter-patter feet kind of run around the counter. And it's Dareth, you know, the dwarf, the small. And he comes by and it's like, what the hell? Oh, by the stone. Kirin. Oh, Kirin. And he comes up to you and he gets close enough that you can see him, Kirin. And he goes, but where did you, how? You're back.
Dareth? This has to be a dream.
No, my friend. No. And he kind of like slaps it. It's real. I promise it. Yeah, I you don't know him.
No.
This is Kirin. He came through here with his party. Oh gosh, it may have been 5, maybe 6 years ago now. And you weren't here. You weren't here. They came in and well, they were looking for the horn too. Kirin, where are the others?
Yeah, I found that.
You were with a bigger party.
I look at my arm. They're worse off than I am. Getting a little bit of energy. He kind of sits up a little bit straighter, trying to compose himself.
He looks at Dareth looks at the 4 of you and he goes, he's a genasi, like you, Yassin, but Earth. We don't have a doctor that can treat what's wrong with him, but I know where one is.
Okay.
He kind of like looks you over, Kirin, and he goes, it seems like you stabilized him, Astrella. That's good. But if we don't fix that arm and kind of infuse him with, I don't know, rock is the best thing I can think of right now. Dwarves know these things, okay? Earth Genasi and dwarves, we get it, rocks. You got to take him to the docks. There is a Genasi medic at the docks. He was here just a few days ago. He was just passing through town. He said he was going to go that way. He's probably still there.
What's his name?
Okay. Like
You're looking for Aberath. 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 You're looking for an Aberath. He's an older Earth Genasi. He's got a cane and this big heavy cloak that he's wearing. Literally, he was just looking for passage to get over to the other side of the lake. I know there's not a ship that's going to be leaving at least until later tonight. He's still there. I guarantee it. He booked passage for a trip in the evening.
Nim's getting all like hyper and worried and like she jumps off. Okay. What
I'm
do we
just
do
gonna-
next? What do we do next?
Yassin, pick him up.
Let's
And I'm gonna grab Nim.
I was going to say, should I pick up Nim too?
No, I'm just gonna grab her. And Astrella knows where the docks are, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm leading it. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah.
you go. And I'll take care of Nim.
Real quick question. What does Yassin look like?
Oh,
Just
I
curiosity,
I mean, I could send a picture.
because I haven't had introductions to the characters yet.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh.
Before he's picked up though, Kirin's like puts his hand on Dareth and he says, "We have a lot to talk about."
Yeah,
And he gets-
you've got to get better. You just okay. Aberath will take care of you. He knows. He's got you.
All right. Yassin.
What do I look like? Who am I?
Pictures are coming.
I'm trying to.
Who are you?
There we go.
Here they
There
come.
I
Oh, cool.
am.
He's a water genasi.
Gotcha. Okay. I figured. I wasn't sure though.
Don't have Grim.
Oh, you don't have Grim on there.
I'll show him.
All right.
If
and,
I can find it.
Post them to the chat.
next is Nim.
Cool, 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 cool,
Cool girl with the rat. Yeah, that's Nim.
So as Kirin is looking at his phone and checking the, what everybody looks like,
You know, as
all
one does.
all of you quickly leave. Yassin, you are able to easily carry Kirin. He is missing an arm right now, so he's a little bit lighter. But you're able to carry him, and you all make your way with Astrella in the lead towards the docks. And remember, as you do so, you pass by Seth's house and you pass by Tina, because the path behind his place leads towards the beach. As you get to the beach, you quickly hang a left and make your way over to where the docks are. When you get,
You need me to put my phone on?
no, I don't. Thank you, Ben. As you get to the docks, you can hear the roar of the waves as they come in, kind of a milling about of just a few people. It's really not very crowded, which is surprising. But what you do notice is that there is no other Genasi besides Kirin there at the docks. There is, however, a ship that's moored in port. And on this ship, now Yassin's not here.
Give him a second. He's coming right back.
Oh, wait.
Oh shit. This was the worst time for him to have to pee. Hold on.
That's okay.
This
don't
is
worry.
your plot line, man. Get back in here.
Dawson, stop piss. Oh.
There we go.
Feel better? You good?
Yes.
So I was saying that they got to the docks and they could not find this old Earth Genasi that Dareth was talking about. Instead, they see a ship that's moored there. To you, Yassin, this ship is instantly recognizable. It's your old vessel, the one that was lost to you now over 12 years ago, with how time has moved on. But you remember that 2 years ago, you had made a deal with a pirate captain who said that he would go off and learn more about this old Greg, Captain Greg, who was the dwarf who was your second in command, and who led a mutiny to take back your ship. Now, you have killed almost everyone who used to work for Greg, except for Greg himself.
Oh no, I'm just excited.
As you all kind of get up to the docks and look around, you see kind of walking down the plank, kind of the that leads to the dock, the captain, this half orc, half tiefling captain, full of swagger, horns curled in around himself like a ram, these little bit of tusks peeking up, dark skin, this red shirt open, revealing his well-defined chest and the one nipple ring that we've been talking about.
I knew it had to come back up.
But at his side, he is carrying a hat, which he sort of flips up onto his head and pulls down over his horns. Yassin, you know this hat. This hat was your hat.
Oh.
By Greg, and is now on the head of this new captain. He walks up, and I need to bring up my notes because I forgot his name. I literally forgot his name. Give me a second.
Big dreamy.
Persian Kasser. So Captain Persian walks up to all of you, and he goes, "Well, look what we've got here. Yassin and Grim, how are you doing?" And he sort of strokes his chin and his little goatee he's got there. "Nice to see you again. Astrella, the boys have been missing you." And he kind of gives you a little like, "It's been 2 years, mate. I didn't think you'd be coming back."
Is he
He's
talking
looking
to me?
right at you, Yassin.
Yassin's just like holding Kirin, like
throw Kirin out.
yeah.
Don't
Don't
him.
trying best
Don't
not to
drop
just
him.
drop Kirin.
I see you got a. Is that one of your mates there? Is he in a bit of trouble?
Like yeah. Oh, what would Yassin do? Yassin's just like there's a war going there. There's a war happening inside of Yassin right now.
Captain
And-
Pershing, he looks at you and he sees this war happening. He goes, "Hey, mate, look, a lot's happened in 2 years. I get it, all right, but we're still on the same side, right? Look, bring your friend on board, all right? I think I got someone who can take care of him down below in the hold, all right? Follow me, come on, quick."
Okay.
You know what to do. You're so good at this.
Aye, lass, of
Yeah.
course.
You're so good.
Grim, he extends an arm
I'm sorry,
out to you, saying like, to take his arm and follow him aboard.
Which one? Who?
You, Grim.
You,
No, not
Persian.
me.
Oh.
Who is the guy?
Oh, Captain Persian, the guy who's
Oh,
on
okay.
the boat.
I thought it was Greg. I was
No. You haven't seen
like, I don't even know you.
Stranger danger.
Okay, I take his arm and allow
Well-
him to lead me down the stairs.
He kind of tucks you in tight, puts his hand down yours and goes, "I missed you, lass. The seas get real lonely out there, but well, your face kept me company." And he just kind of leads you all through the ship and down into the hold. Now, all of you notice as you're walking through, the ship is fully manned, a crew that you've never seen before, Yassin, though some of them feel familiar to you, Astrella, like maybe you saw them years ago.
We had a sharing circle, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Also-
I forgot about that. We're
Oh,
all about
my
to share
boys.
equals.
There's a lot of new faces there as well. Faces that you've never seen. Very big, powerful looking people. There's a couple of larger lizard folk who are shirtless out there in the sun, just kind of working the anchor and starting to and kind of pulling it in. You see a couple of tabaxis up in the roost area, in the crow's nest, and they're hopping around and they're unfurling the sails and getting things ready, just sort of jumping around as you would expect a cat to do up there. 2 of them doing that.
Sure, I call him a cat. It's racist, so you can call him cat.
But Captain Persian leads you down into the hold, so that there's kind of an opening that has stairs that leads down to the lowest deck of the ship. As you get down there, it's dark, and for some of you, it takes a couple of seconds for your eyes to adjust. Those of you with dark vision, you can see right away that there is indeed almost this kind of a table in this medical area, which Yassin, if you want, you can put Kirin on that.
Mhm.
Okay. And so, have lay Kirin on this table.
Yeah.
It is dropped.
The captain kind of releases his grip on you, Grim, and watches as you all kind of move past him to Kirin's side. And he goes, if you give me a second, loves, I'll go ahead and grab the dock right away. He'll be here just a moment." And you start to see him backpedal, and he can't help but start laughing and go, "I really didn't think I'd see you lot again. I mean, after 2 years.
Oh no.
Fuck me." And then he shuts the door, and you hear it latch.
Oh
I
no.
fucking knew it. The second he was like, he backs away, let's go. My arm, I was like,
We didn't insight check him, Melissa.
see, this is what happened when I don't get to insight check everybody.
As you are all now trapped inside of what you can now clearly see to be a holding cell. There's
A
many
brig.
other cells in there.
Is there an opening to this door, like bars or something?
Oh no, it is
Solid
sealed.
door.
It's
Oh,
a solid door.
fun.
What you do
Made
see
out
are
of-
portholes. There are portholes along the side, very small ones that you could go look at if you wanted to.
What's the door made out of?
Is it too small for like a half, upper half of a body to?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so this is probably about the size of your head, these portholes.
Oh, okay.
So Nim, as you kind of are like jumping around looking for a way out, you look out this porthole, you can see the ship and all of you can feel it moving away from shore.
Moving
Oh
away
no.
We're moving away from shore.
Oh God.
Oh
You
no.
can hear the captain go,
Use your water.
"All right, you lily land lovers, let's go on and plunder!" And just you feel like the sails catch and the boat lurches. And Yassin, there is a sense of both excitement and dread because you feel the power of your ship. She is something to behold on the waters. But once again,
Like the
she-
black bow.
Kirin rolls off the table and lands.
Oh,
How
shit.
is this better?
Yassin.
Oh no, you should probably get back on the table. Do you need
Yeah,
help?
Yassin picks him back up. Like fucking.
as all of you are trying to figure out what to do with poor Kirin, you hear two sounds. One is this shuffling of an old man and it sounds like a cane. You know, it's kind of thunk, thunk, kind of coming up. And you can, as you turn and look in this direction, you see the old Earth Genasi that Dareth talked about,
Oh shit.
Abarath. And he kind of comes up and he goes, "Ugh. So he got you too, didn't he? Damn.
Was he collecting Genasis?
Love, I don't know what he's doing, but oh, are you? Oh shit! And then seeing Kirin, he immediately like gets down on his knees, which you can tell hurts. Oh, and he kind of gets down. You hear these like rocks click and stuff, and he goes, "Lad, where's your soul stone? What happened to you?"
Kirin sits up. Ugh. It's gone. I lost it.
Oh, mate. No. Is any one of you here a mage, healing mage? Oh,
Hi.
okay.
Hello.
You, what do you do? He's just waving you.
Oh, I'm coming over. What can I do?
Okay, then kneel down, love, kneel down. Okay.
Okay.
It's gonna take both of us to do this. I'm gonna try and restore as much of the soul energy that he's got, but I need you to heal the body's wounds. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Got like a cure wounds or something like that, right?
Yep.
All right, excellent. Okay, here we go. I want you to put your hand on his shoulder. You see the one that's sort of bleeding out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, grab it.
Yep.
All right, okay, cool. You've done this before. Excellent. Abarath places his hand on your chest, Kirin, and he goes, "Well, since I've done this, hopefully it works. You ready, elf?"
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. And now. And so you go ahead and you cast Cure Wounds. I want you to go ahead and roll your heal
Yep.
for that, but double it, what you're going to
Okay.
do with Abarath's health. Abarath, you all watch as his body kind of pulsates a bit, and almost his stones that make up his body kind of pull apart a little and go back together and pull apart, and it's almost like a rippling effect through him. And as it goes down his arm, it dissipates into Kirin's chest in these waves and waves. And you watch as Astrella's light, you know, the power of her deity through her just starts to stitch up the sinews and tendons and everything within that arm. And then Abarath reaches and grabs your arm, Astrella, and he goes, "Okay, this part's gonna hurt. Are you ready?"
Yeah.
And he kind of squeezes your arm a little bit, but what you watch is that his arm starts to disappear, break apart. The rocks that make it up start to travel across Dawson's chest and link up to form a new arm for him. And when the process is done, you have a nice welt on your arm where he grabbed you, where Abarath grabbed you, and he goes, Thanks. Sorry.
That's not
And
the
his
worst thing I've
arm
ever
is
been
now missing, almost a self-amputation. He goes, I think you get more use out of that lad than I would. I hope it helps. Oh,
Kirin
shit.
like groans the whole time as it's kind of going through the arteries, not just like forming around him. It goes into his chest and kind of and grows from the inside out. And Kirin knows the sacrifice that he made and almost does just a nod because that's about all he can muster. But the eyes tell him everything, and they kind of lock eyes for a moment. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem. My time's not gonna last long anyway. Not down here. Oh, I need a second. Grim.
Oh,
I
I don't like this.
How many health points did I get from that, by the way?
Oh, okay. I did that at second level. And Chris, you said double it, so 34.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled
hey,
really well
what's
on
up,
that one.
guys?
35.
Yeah, sure. Nicely done. Grim, what do you want to do? I see you're devising.
I would like to investigate the room and basically you tell me like what's going on with the room.
Roll investigation.
Oh, son of a whore.
Dang.
I'd like to try
Sure.
investigation.
Anybody who wants to roll investigation, it's free to roll.
No, Nim.
I'll do it too. That's-
Fucking six.
What'd you get? What'd you get? 1? Okay, you got a 6. That's good. You found some walls and the floor. No, I'll say what you found. Yassin, you go ahead and roll. Anybody else want to roll investigation? Anybody else looking
Yeah,
around?
the walls.
18.
Yay.
18.
Oh, okay.
18 for Astrella.
17.
Girl, tell me what it is. I'm blind, apparently.
Is that it? Just the 3 of you rolled, or is Kirin joining?
I'm actually gonna roll a different check. I'm gonna roll a. Can I do a history check?
Yep.
Since I kind of have been like connected with Adareth, could I just do a history check and see if I can like tap into that and see where like how he got here? I'm curious why he's here.
Sure. Go ahead and roll history for me. All right, so we'll start with Grim.
The mighty 6.
With a 6, you notice a couple of things. One, you know that you're alone, and not just your party in Aberith. You know that there's at least one other person in there with you. You can feel them. Now, the place is probably about half the length of the ship. So the ship is, I don't know, roughly 30 feet, give or take. You know, it's a decent sized ship. So it goes further back into the darkness and just reaches kind of the edge of your dark vision. And there's just, there's something back there. You're not sure what exactly. You're still a little hungover too. Astrella and Yassin, what directions are you going in? So if you think of yourself, you're pretty close to the door where Captain Persian had locked you in, and there's probably about a good 15 feet or so in the other direction that you could explore. So what directions would you like to go?
You take one side, I'll take the other side.
Oh, I was going to say Yassin should inspect the door and see what the deal is. Like, is it a door with just like on the other side, there's like a slab of wood, like in a latch or something? Or is it like a door that's made out of bars, like a jail cell?
Mhm.
Jail sale.
Jail cell.
Estrella's looking in the dark, creepy corners.
Okay, dark creepy corners it is. Yassin, so you make your way up to this door. Now, your memory of this boat, there wasn't a door here when you commanded this vessel. It was an open area where food was stored and different things like that. So, a 21 on that history check. Sheesh. All right, Dawson.
Nice.
Going off. So as you start to sort of tap around this door and listen, you can hear 3 different cross beams. that are what's holding this door locked in. You can tell the hinges move outwards, and it's like finding a stud. You're just sitting there going, and you hear these solid areas in the wood. It would take some serious effort to break down the door for sure.
Made of wood.
It is made of wood. It is 100% a wooden door, a kind of the Faerune version of oak. You know, this is a strong mahogany. It's a strong. Astrella, you start to work your way past Grim. You notice the direction that she's looking in, and you start to head towards the creepy dark corner. Before we get to what you find, Dawson with a 20. I'm just gonna let you sit with that. Just feel the anxiety.
Thank you so
Like,
much. Love that.
So Dawson with a 21 history check, you basically kind of you've done a couple of things with Aberith. When you felt his arcane energies pass into you, you also felt some of his memories as well. Aberith comes from your village and left at a young age, around the time where you were born, if you will. And he knows a bit about what happened after his leaving, but as a young man, you get the sense of this wanderlust from him. He wanted to go and explore and venture out beyond the boundaries of that village, and left. And you sense almost in a bit of anger. You know, he's like, no, I'm poof, and off he went. And he had never returned since. But he'd heard stories from other Genasi that something happened. And he was actually journeying on his way back now to see what became of his home when he had gotten captured by Persian. So you sense all of this and almost dreamlike images and kind of feeling off of his arcanic energies. Is there anything you want to do?
No, just kidding. No, I kind of collect myself a little bit. I couldn't help but notice, of basalt. I gathered that you're traveling there. Yeah, I mean, it's like evident that I'm kind of like almost reading his thoughts.
Aberith looks at you and he kind of gets this knowing grin and he goes, I wondered if it worked both ways. You're stronger than you look, lad. Yeah. I was
Kirin stands up. Stretching.
going back home. I sense that well, you know more than I do about what happened. You care to share?
The salt has been cut off. The surrounding tyrants attacked. They wanted, as you know, the soulstone mines.
Aye.
Me and the others of the Yadari, we did what we could to hold them off. And as you probably gathered, I was the one that closed the tunnel.
Oh, lad.
I couldn't let them get in.
That was a brave thing he did. So you're alone.
As are you.
Well,
I'm sorry.
and we got each other. I mean, I left when I was young anyway. I never expected to go home. I just didn't think we'd get left behind. He puts his good arm on his
Only
the only arm. He kind of gives you a squeeze and he goes, you did the right thing, right?
Doesn't always feel that way.
I imagine not. That's all right. It's either that or they all die. So
Kirin looks down, kind of a little bit feels a little bit overwhelmed, grasping the fact that he's been not only transported through time, this is the first moment he's had to really process all of that. And then seeing and feeling the ethereal madness that just went through his mind, but also kind of getting blasted back to almost something that he hasn't thought about in years. He just falls down and kind of cries.
Oh, it's all right, lad. It's all right. Astrella,
Oh,
make your way to the back corner.
I don't want to go anymore. Thought about it. I think I'm good.
You hear this clinking of chains as if something is trying to,
Oh no.
like it's trying to break free. It doesn't sound particularly powerful. It's not this earth-shattering movement, but there is something back there. Do you keep walking towards it? Do you call anybody for help?
What's Grim doing? Grim, come help me.
Okay.
You're
I'm with
scarier.
you.
You're scarier than me. Come here.
Okay. We're going towards the corner, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Just
then
come with me in case
I
I
am-
need you to intimidate it.
I am going to intimidate trust. I'm going to make it even darker, but we can both still see.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna make it thunder.
Of course you are.
In the boat.
In the
Look.
boat.
Little-
Anybody
Don't
else?
make my boat fart.
It's okay. I'm mostly made of rock. I'm grounded.
Stop blowing holes in
Little-
my ship.
little thumb
And I'm
print
gonna like
in there.
kind of
Alright.
hold my hands up like this, and what else can I do? I'm not gonna actually do it, but you know how Eldritch Blast is made out of like electricity?
Yeah.
I'm
let
just
it
gonna
pick
kind
up
of
the-
have that in my hand.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
Holding an Eldritch Blast in the palm of your hand. Oh, that's very frightening.
Is that scary
You
enough,
real-
Em?
you realize there's lots
Yes,
of
thank
metal
you.
bars around, right?
My arm is made of metal, bro.
Yeah, it's true. She has a middle arm. It's weird. It's cool.
My arm is made of rock.
You're grounded. You're good.
My arms are made of flesh, and that's why she's here. So I'm just like right next to her. She's looking off. I'm powered through this. I'm powered through this. Let's go.
Everybody notices when she like starts to hold a ball of eldritch energy in her hands.
Yeah.
Yassin, you would see this from from the doorway. You've determined what the door is. You kind of turn and you're walking your way back, and you see these two.
Nim's gonna up behind Estrella and kind of like over.
Like a little
Except you get behind me and I go,
Yassin goes, whoa, 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 whoa. What are you about to do inside my boat?
I don't know.
Be like,
Usually when she's trying to scare somebody, so it's like, I'm here to watch. Like,
Cameron's gonna keep walking forward.
Yep.
What happens?
let's go.
What happens as you all walk forward? Yassin, are you going with them out of concern for your boat?
Yes.
Kirin kind of
you-
collects himself and at least stands and looks that direction.
He's like,
So as you all kind of look, walk, make your way towards this, Grim leading the charge, being the badass that she is, using her thaumaturgy and eldritch energies to intimidate what is clinking its chains. The chain clinking stops as you all get as kind of like your hand lights, it's just, like it's like, nope, I'm not going to clink that chain no more. But as you all get closer, you see this small, burly dwarf wearing ratted clothes, long white beard, ratted pants, what looks like once used to be maybe a captain's jacket, but has seen better days, holes ripped in it and ripped apart. And as he comes into the light, you just hear him go, and he looks around the three of you, past all of you, and locks eyes with Yassin. And he goes, Yassin, Dawson, that you, boy.
I'm gonna look at Dawson and be like, do you know that thing?
Yassin's already like rubbing his temples.
Boy, you come to kill me? Is that what it's all about?
What is with that
But you finally get captured.
thing to get cut?
Oh god.
What's your reaction, Yassin?
What you doing?
I just kind of like part the crowd and like walk over to the figure and kind of get down on his level. I'm imagining he's like on the floor, like up against the wall, like just kind of like make him look at me and say, why don't you tell me what happened to my ship?
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey,
That is where we will end tonight's.
yeah.
Damn.